This is Simon from BAEST, and you're listening to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast. Yo.
The Metal Teddy Bear Experience has begun.
And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast right now. This is your host, Chris. You got my boy, Jesse. What's up, man?
Yo.
How you doing?
How's it going?
We have a special guest today. We have Simon, the vocalist of BAEST. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up? I'm doing fine. How about you?
Pretty good. As we ask all our guests on the show, where are you calling in from right now?
I'm calling from Aarhus, Jutland, Denmark. The dark Jutland, as we call it here in Denmark. So, perfect place to be.
We're based out of New Jersey over here. Before this, we were talking about the winds over here, and as you said that, I don't know if you guys came up with the wind. The thing just rattled again. I think it might be my window.
Probably, you'll probably need new windows. But as long as you're not like cold, then you need new windows.
Yeah,
for isolation.
Yeah, I got a window. I got like a screen, a glass screen. I guess it fell out of like the socket or whatever. And just like anytime it wins, it just sounds like a horror movie. It's like what bam, what bam, bam, what bam,
like, bam, 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 bam.
It's
like to sleep in the middle of that.
Yeah, it's like wait a minute, is someone breaking into my car? It's like what happened?
Shoot.
Well, let's drop
you say
that.
You're sleeping in your car?
No, it's like someone breaking into my car. It's like, yeah. It's so loud sometimes I might sleep in my car. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a blankie out there. Just lean it back.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you guys dropped a brand new album, Necro Sapiens, March 5th via Citri Media. How excited are you for this record, this release?
Very, very, very excited. We just released it yesterday, and the day before we played an award show, a Danish award show, and played on national television. Yeah, it was broadcasted on national television. Obviously, this GAFA Awards it is called. So I couldn't find a better way in these circumstances to release an album playing on live TV. So we're quite stoked about this. It's right now, I think, the most BAEST sounding album, considering to the two others. Not that the two other albums isn't BAEST sounding, but I think this is the most defined and most like matured BAEST wise album. So we're quite stoked about it. Totally overwhelmed by the positive reactions.
Well, that's great, man. And that going on national TV, that's really cool. I mean, so how is the metal scene there with like national coverage and all that? Like for us, like you wouldn't see bands like, BAEST or, Gojira or anything like. You only get like the Metallicas and, the big bands on TV.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite strong, and I believe it's also more it's more popular. I guess BAEST wise, I think we've struck a nerve or hit a nerve in terms of getting popularity. That's quite strange as a metal, but I think there's a lot of room for that for the regular Danish people. I guess we've also acted in a TV documentary following from also national broadcast television in 4 episodes, I guess so. Which was on TV like 1.5 years ago, and we've played like morning shows and talk shows as well in Denmark. So I guess it has reached a great popularity. It's a strong scene here. It's a small but very strong scene, and I believe right now it's also internet. It's also looked upon in international eyes as something interesting. There's been a lot of other Danish bands that has been signed on international labels, such as Møl as well is also a Danish, like a shoegaze act. Jotun has just been signed on Metal Blade Records. Jotun,
Yes.
a progressive metal act. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. You should check it out if you haven't heard about it. We have like a dark deathcore a band called Cabal, which has toured the US last year. I remember they took the tour like just they came home a couple of weeks before the pandemic actually went out. And we also have like a retro banger. It's like Merciful Fate is Danish. King Diamond comes from the Merciful Fate franchise. We had Hate Sphere, which is from Aarhus, where I'm from as well. Ill Disposed, which is also a death metal act from here. It's a strong scene, but right now it seems that there is a new generation of bands being stronger and are willing to do also the business part of being a band. And I think that's the problem that the Danish metal bands has had throughout the years, and has been a bit in the shadows of the Norwegian and the Swedish scene, because they have had such an impact, both like culturally but also like business minded. And I don't think that the Danish metal scene has had it's had a culture, but not a defined culture for metal. But I think it's the time right now. There's something interesting going on. Yeah.
You guys got bangers, your new album. I just went through it a few times. Awesome. You got all these new bands coming out. And what do you mean by business wise? Do you mean like having a defined act, like you were saying, like kind of like, I think it's Swedish, kind of the Swedish death metal, kind of like Norwegian black metal, and just like Danish didn't have like a set band or genre that they took over? Is that what you mean by business, or do you mean on like the record label side?
I mean the record label side right now. I think there's so much going on sound wise, and it's hard to create your own like sound. But business wise, like communicating on platforms and with the labels and stuff like that, I think that way business.
Awesome.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I think that's interesting because no worries. I think that's interesting to follow that because I understand why bands didn't have that mindset at that time, because I think the music business and industry was kind of in a change. So I don't know if it was I don't know if people or the bands actually knew what to do and how to act. But I think there's a lot of information, and I think the people in the business knows what to do and knows how to communicate that out and to communicate with the bands at that point. So I guess we're ready for that, and ambitions are high right now. We set like had pretty high ambitions from the start to go do this. So I guess that's why we're in such interest from the international scene right now.
Well, it's good to hear, because more music, never a bad thing, especially good music. So I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you guys are now with Century Media Records. I mean, that's like a heavyweight label right there. Like, they're one of the big ones. Like, you always hear about Nuclear Blast, Century Media, Roadrunner. They're up there. How did that relationship form? Like, how did you guys meet, and how did you guys get together?
We were playing a showcase festival back in 2018, start 2018. Like, we were without label at that time, and like we had a Danish booking agency at that time, but we had a lot of interest from the Danish scene. So a lot of people were willing to help us. Back then, we had our first album, Dance Macabre, it was not released, but it was recorded, and we were kind of ready to touch that out. But a friend of ours were coming to us and saying, he has been in the business for a long time. He has been working as a manager for Volbeat, and he was saying, "Oh, stop. We should look for an international label to put this out, because I think this is worth more than just you just releasing it DIY." So we played this showcase festival. It's called Copenhagen Freezes Over. We have a metal festival in Denmark, the biggest metal festival at this time, called Copenhagen, and that festival creates a big kind of platform for Danish bands to also get a voice outside the Danish borders. And so we were playing this, and we knew that the former artist and relations A&R manager was from Century Media, was at the place. So the CEO of Copenhagen was the guy, A&R guy was ready to leave, and then the CEO from Copenhagen Freezes Over was just like, "Hey, you should listen to this. This is kind of cool, and I think you'll be interested in this." He watched us and was completely blown away, and was up in our faces like, "We should make a deal right here, right now. Maybe not right now, but let's discuss." And then we went to Germany and spoke to the guys. It's good to meet up eyes to eyes, and discuss things and what we want and what they want, and to get the vibe, And after a while, after some business talk and some rewriting a couple of things in the contract, we made a deal, and was signed, I believe, March 2018 on Century Media.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. That's a huge compliment for a label of that magnitude to come up to you guys and be like, "We want you. We want you on our roster." You guys killed it.
Yeah.
Were you guys
man.
shocked?
Yeah.
Did you kind of expect it in a way? What was your feeling?
I think our mindset was quite this is business, man. So we have to proceed working, man. And after that, it's party time. Let's celebrate.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So we were kind of stoked, but also kind of we just have to get the pulse down, and we have to keep cool in this, because we have to do business first. And we were so stoked. And after a while, we also got some other offers from other big labels. Got an offer from Napalm Records at that time. Also, so we knew, okay, we're doing something right here, and I think people are impressed. Let's do this proper. And but I knew we wanted to do a contract with Century Media. Pretty much, it was only setting the things on our terms, first of all.
Are you guys locked in for a lot of 3 albums? Usually I feel like that's the standard is a 3 album.
4 albums, four options. The first, but yeah, let's see. We it has changed a bit. They've changed personnel, because they've moved their offices from Dortmund to Berlin. So there was a change of personnel, but we've built a very, very good relationship with the new guys, and still also have a good relationship with the older guys right now. So let's see what's happening. But
yeah, it's crazy too. It's like you said, it must have felt amazing, especially too. I can't imagine for there's not much better labels to get after an extreme metal band than Century Media and Napalm. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, when you get popular, it feels weird that these big guys actually get their eyes up for us, But
yeah.
We're so grateful and for that they wanted us as well. So yeah.
Well, just going back to the record right now, Necro Sapiens. With this album, which track really speaks to you? Which one are you really gearing towards to play live?
All of them. man.
It has to be one that sticks out.
You know, it's varied. You know, it's a varied album. I think it's also the most like dynamic and diverse album as well, because every track is its kind of its own, but it still has like a red thread through it all, and they're like built together sequely. I think my favorite kind is Genesis, the last single. It's very melodic. It has this like 80s metal or 80s rock vibe to it, but still like explodes completely. And I really like it. And also the vocal parts is built up kind of in its own way. And I think that's yeah, it's awesome. I think that's my favorite. But a track like Towers of Suffocation is something completely else than that BAEST would do. But it's a part of what BAEST is now, and I really dig that.
I will say though, I agree with you on Genesis. I know there's like a 30-40 second little like intro track before, but you know, Genesis being basically the real opener of the album, it's just such a slow build into just, you know, once those vocals come in too, it's like such an awesome build, and then it hits with those monsters. Well, it's like Jesus Christ. I was like, exactly,
man, exactly. It builds up in its own dynamic way, and man, when the drums, the slow drums that kicks in to that kind of melody, and after that, when the double drums explode, man, my metal boner is completely standing. And you know, we played that song in the during live TV, and man, like knowing that a lot of people was watching, and that felt so fucking good.
Dude,
so satisfying.
Dude, what a song to show people too.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Like Chris was saying, you don't get that in America. You know, you have like before COVID, you had some award shows that were on the internet that were for metal and stuff, but you don't like have like the Teen Choice Awards comes on. It's like, hey, by the way, Suicide Silence. It's just like that just doesn't happen. It's like I couldn't imagine turning TV on and hearing Genesis. I'm like, what the? All right.
I know Slayer has played like a couple of shows at Saturday Night Live back in the time.
Yeah,
but I guess there isn't room for that now. I don't know.
Nah. Yeah, it's also like compared. It's like you just like, but that's it. Like you have to be literally a genre changing metal band to get on TV here. Like you literally have to be like GOAT level, like Slayer, Metallica. I feel, unless like you're like one of those like
that sounds.
You know, like maybe like a Kill Switch or Slipknot, because they have like a little bit of singing, maybe. Yeah. It's like
Well,
you have Seth Meyers, like with Seth Meyers, Late Night with Seth Meyers. He's actually been really cool. The producer for that show loves metal, so he's been having guest drummers on. So like he had Braun from Mastodon. He had I think Gene Hogan from so many bands, Testament, Opeth, Strapping Young Lad. I think he was on it. Yeah, he has like guest people come on to play the drums for his band. So at least like metal's getting that a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we need like more guys that like are producer and behind the scenes on those shows. Then we could get some more metal into the television.
Yeah, it's also just different worlds. Like I remember like being around people that aren't into metal. They're like into like like rap or dance music, and it's just like putting on. I forgot we put on like not even like that heavy. Put on a little bit. It's just like, yo, what is this? Like it's just like it almost disrupts the energy in the room. Exactly. I'm like, all right, guys, whoa, guys, it's a good tune. It's a good tune, guys. Like calm down. And I'm like, people have to come on their own. Like have like an older brother like mine who showed me metal or something. It's like when you're just at a party and you just blast on some bass, they're like, what happened to the dance music? It's like, no, it's brutality. Dude, bang your head, bro. It's awesome. Mosh. You want to mosh? What am I? No, okay.
Okay.
So you said you play this award show. Are shows going on right now in Denmark, or is there like venues open, limited capacity? What's the scene?
No, they actually they were kind of like a bit tilting of actually going through with the show, but it was without an audience, and it was only broadcasted live, and they wanted to go through it because they could manage to operate it, and they had a plan for it from the start, and they were like, we're doing this no matter what, without or with the audience. It's a big magazine. It's the biggest Danish music magazine at this time, so they could manage to do it, and it was actually a cool show. It was great. It was great host, and had some like sequel and some great, actually also political like issues stated on it, and some great performances, Danish performances mostly, where we were one of them at the time. So it went quite well in spite of no audience. But yeah, I think it's all because it's always every year it's broadcasted on live television. So I think that made it possible to go through. If there has not been any broadcast, I don't think they would have went through with it. But they did, and it was a great show.
Yeah, right now for us in U.S., Texas, and Mississippi have opened venues, and basically there's no mask mandate. So it's up to the businesses if they want to host venues with like full capacity, with masks, 10%. Like it's up to them right now. And there's kind of like a little debate about it of saying if that's safe or not. So like you guys being in a band, would you guys play a show if Denmark just opened up, no masks, full capacity, everything?
I think it depends on the capacity, because it should be in it first. Of course, we want to sell tickets, and if we can't sell those amounts of tickets that we should get paid for it, then I don't know. But it depends on the terms. But right now we have found like a better solution, which is, we have not found a better solution. We never think that that cancellation is a good solution, or postponing. Of course, postponing is better than cancellation. Yeah. But for right now, when the insecurity is on the market and to open up, I think that's the best way we can do it. So I think next shows will be fall or late summer. We don't know, but it depends on the venues as well. And I think we would rather play for a full amount of capacity rather than a fragmented part of the capacity. But
yeah,
you know, we just really want to play, and if they manage to set up a great spot which can get some capacity in, we die to to play that.
Of course, yeah. I mean, a lot of bands are itching to play right now, you know, because they're touring is so important for bands to succeed. You know, that's where you get most of your money. I mean, yeah, you sell merch and stuff like that, but a lot of the merch is sold at the shows too. So I know a lot of bands are actually thinking about not going back on tour when this all opens up either. They're like, you know, we don't know how shows are going to be. We don't know if it's going to be the same capacity. Like you said, ticket sales, if all the shows are going to come, they might just hold off another year. And just like a lot of people had to get day jobs too. So they might just stick with that. And actually not as many bands might come back. And I find that a little, you know, concerning in a way.
Yeah, I understand that. But I think you have to be optimistic in that thought. And I think it's just a swift of pessimism. I guess so. So I guess you have to hold up the optimism. We're ready to play shows as well, and in some time they're ready to open up the venues, and I think the venues will open up with the rights when the time is right, and with the right like circumstances, and to hold a good audience, and also hope that the governments will also pay the cultural institutions for the loss, all in all. So yeah. I hope so. I don't know about your on your government, but there's a lot of focus in the Danish government of trying to do that. It's going a bit slow, and they're quite confusing about like to communicate it out. But I think all in all, I think people here are too willing to go to concert and will get so pissed if they don't create like an economical how do you call it,
relief.
A relief, for the venues. No, I also think most of the venue, a lot of venues here in Denmark are also not controlled, but they're like national, they're governmental, relieved as well. So I think also the government is interested in keeping up the business around the live scene. Maybe they get their eyes up for that now, because they see how important and how meaningful it is for people to go to concerts and to go out and see and use the cultural institutions as well. So yeah,
and also like I feel like some governments too, even if they didn't care about the art or whatever, it's just like if they only see money, it's like concerts bring in money. They bring in people, they buy stuff, they go to restaurants and bars around the venue, like even if they didn't care about the cultural impact, it's like, come on, saves, gives jobs. It's just like, I feel like a lot of governments, like maybe the US government doesn't see that as often, but it's just like when you have a couple hundred to 1,000 people come around an area, it's like they're going to buy stuff regardless. Like it might not be all of them, but it's like, so I'm glad to hear that they're trying to do that, because, I can't imagine what those shows are going to be like when they first open. Like I try to put myself in a show whether it's like next month, a year from now, whenever shows happen, I don't know. I'm just like trying to imagine that frame, because I've been to hundreds of shows. I can't imagine going almost a year and a half, 2 years of like just not having the option to be like, what? And that's just going to, I can't imagine playing it. I can't imagine like what you guys are feeling like.
No, exactly.
Like crap.
We have tried to play shows. We played a show back in September where the restrictions weren't that hard, and it was still legally it was still legal to play an outside show for, I think it was 250 people. So we were playing this venue, this like a city garden in the middle of a very cool place in Copenhagen, and it was kind of filled out. 250 people came there, and it was cool. People had to sit down and all that. It was weird, but it was cool at the same time. It was another vibe with the music, but it felt a bit weird. But I think at that time we were so eager to play that show because we haven't been playing for a long time at that time. Yeah. So we were just like felt lucky to even get to play this job. But yeah, I'd rather play a full like capacity venue show rather than that, like a limited.
Also for metal, because I don't think bass is the kind of band you sit there and golf clap for when you're done between songs. Oh, nice. Thank you. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. But metal fans are like, their vibe is never just like, it's always like, fuck yeah, take a sip of the beer and like, fuck. Even sitting down, So it's that's still, you can't take the personality from a metal audience.
That one guy in the back that just screams way louder than everyone. Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. You can't take that out from the metal audience, man. So it still feels cool, and people are still yelling. They're not like, even if they sit down.
That's good to hear. I just assumed if it happened in America, people would immediately give up. They were like, I remember people were saying like, there's talks. We live near New York City. And there was talks of shows coming back, and I would be like, oh, I might do like a fine system if you didn't follow like the protocol of like being distant and people tried to start mosh pits or something. I was like, the venue would be shut down immediately. It's like people, I can't imagine a New York crowd just getting wasted and then just being like, no, stay apart. Nothing. It just looked like a very awkward open pit. It would just be 5 dudes just hugging and immediately taking their masks off.
Didn't know what to do or anything like that. Yeah. yeah, I couldn't imagine like taking the dogmas and like the rules for a metal show out of a metal show. That would be completely weird and awkward.
It would be very goofy. Dude, look at this shit. Yeah, what the fuck? It looks cool. Wait,
What is that?
I don't know, it's something I found. I don't know, I clicked it by accident. I don't know if I know how to turn it off though.
Oh shoot!
Let me see how to turn this off.
Oh yeah, you watched that video with the politicians? Like he had a filter on.
Oh,
they
the
were
cat?
having like a the cat.
Yeah, I'm not a
the
cat.
broadcast television. Yeah. Luckily, it's not a cat or something. That would be weird.
Oh my! Yeah, that's the best. It turns like I don't know what happened. I am not a cat.
No.
Like he just says. I was like, oh my god, this guy doesn't even know. Like, he's just so lost.
I can't believe he said that. I'm not a cat. And they were completely like cold, stone faced, man.
bro.
They were just keeping the cool through. I would have
All business.
fucking teared myself up. Yeah, all business. Yeah.
But you know what the other two guys were thinking?
I would have laughed myself to death.
The other two guys were thinking, glad it ain't me, because I don't know how to turn it off. They were just like, that could have been me. Thank God.
Really. Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so we have a nice little segment that we call "Get to Know the Band," and this time we're gonna get to know BAEST.
Right.
So we asked you a couple of questions, and you tell us which band member, best relates to this. So question number one: who is the band member that needs their alone time? They kind of need their space the most.
I think that's a hard question. I think it goes on to. I think it would be Sven or it would be Sebastian. When on tour, Sebastian is the guy who can sleep the longest time. I've never seen anybody sleep the longest. And he says like he's actually awake, but he's not allowing himself to move out of the bunk in the bed. So he's just like laying there staring in the ceiling, and I'm like, nope, I'm not getting out here. And just he closes his eyes and then just like pretends he's asleep, not only for us but also for himself. I don't know. That's the weirdest thing, man.
That's
but
that's
everybody needs their like alone time at some point.
Yeah. That's actually another question we like to ask. It's who's the guy most likely found sleeping? So you answered it right there. You answered 2 and 1 right there.
I've already answered it. It's Sebastian.
Also, that's 2 drummers in a row that were the guys found sleeping. Yeah, last interview they were like, the drummer. Yeah, it's like damn, all right.
All right. I don't know what it's about it, man.
All right, who's the funny guy on tour? Who's the funny guy in the group?
Shit, we're all funny. Probably also we have so much fucking fun, internal humor. You wouldn't understand the word, but we have this fucking vibe. I think it's the drummer again, I must say. He says the weirdest shit, man. He just goes around saying shit all the time, and it's fuck, man. I can't even think about it.
Sebastian's crushing it too.
Yeah, really. Is he like witty? Yeah. Do you guys do pranks? Kind of. You guys how is it the dynamic?
I don't know. We just say fucking stupid shit and making fun of each other, and I don't know. We're not making like pranks or like practical jokes or anything like that. We just say a lot of shit, internal shit that nobody fucking understands.
So
and it's horrible because it feels so excluding. I don't know if it feels excluding for anybody else, but I feel like I'm excluding everybody else because it's just our vibe, our shit. We say so much shit to each other, and we just understand the vibe. Yeah. We're the only ones that understand. So sorry, it's not to exclude you, but it's just so funny for us.
Did you guys grow up with each other? Like, have you guys known each other for like 10, 20 years or something like that?
No, but we just immediately found this vibe that we found so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is pretty funny
I
to drop.
think the other guys knew each other from high schools. Some of them knew each other from high school, and the guitarist and the drummer played in a band before, but a long time before. But else, not.
Okay. Well, who's the member that's most likely to complain about something? Who's like the negative Nancy?
I think that could smartly be. We also good at complaining, but no, I don't. I think we're mainly a positive band, most of all, because we feel when we're on tour, we've seen like a lot of people like complaining about shit, and we're like, we're on tour, man. We're on an international tour. We have nothing to complain about, actually. So we're kind of like, we're a good band actually working with, because we're so grateful and we're willing to work with people. We really like to work with people on the venues and behind the scenes and on tour. And we will make it as easy as possible for anybody to work with us, because we really, really like this. We really like this. And it's if small concerns about, but usually we just like, we're on tour, man.
Yeah,
it's so cool to be here.
good vibes all around.
So I don't think they're like, yeah.
All right, and last one is, who's the guy who's always hungry? Who's the guy who always wants to go out and eat?
I would say the drummer again.
Crush it.
Man, yeah. Like besides being a drummer, he's also a cook. So
okay.
a chef at like at not a restaurant, a cafe. And he's always hungry. But we're all kind of hungry, love food. And we also feel kind of grateful that we also have a cook in the band, because he's really, really amazing at cooking.
That's awesome.
So the drummer again, I guess so.
Was that like 4 out of 5 or what?
Yeah, you got them all.
I guess so.
Dude's crushing.
Yeah.
I guess can we get your address? We'll send you guys like a golden teddy bear for winning the get to know the band BAEST segment. Just crushed it. Like, we got to know you, Sebastian.
Do, man.
Have a
Yeah,
great
really.
time.
Yeah, exactly. He might send some food back or something like that.
Oh, there
There
we go.
Directly.
We have another segment on the show.
Vacuum packed and frozen.
Yeah, that's kind of like the deals now. That's all the ads I get, is those pre-packed food deals all the time.
Actually, I think
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny if you just sent a plate of food in a box and just see how destroyed it gets there. It's like, oh, it looked like it's just a bomb went off. Thanks. Is that mashed potatoes? I can't tell.
Oh shit! I can't tell, man.
Appreciate the sentiment.
Anyway, let's try it, man. Put it in the micro oven and then just like, let's try this. It might be some Danish specialty or something. You never know.
So we have another segment called the Random Silly Questions segment. It's kind of along the same lines, but we're asking you 3 random questions. You ready for this?
Cool. I'm ready.
All right. Question number 1. What's the last thing you Googled?
Fuck. I think the last thing I Googled. Can I check it?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. If I had to remember everything
Yeah,
I Googled,
I
would
can
remember.
go.
It's something embarrassing. You just hear him
Wow.
type. It just type
Yeah.
something else. Oh, I Googled house.
Actually, funny right now, my phone just went off.
I'll just lie for you, man.
I kept saying Google, so my phone kept going
Oh
off.
yeah, yeah, something incognito, and I'm incognito too. Never gonna say to you. I think the last thing I Googled, I was out. I said earlier I'm getting into like a new apartment, so I Googled curtains. Like we have a certain like a store where you buy like that hardware things for your home, you know. And I think like I googled that hardware store. It's called Jysk, and we had to buy some curtains. So simple as that. I tapped in Jysk where because I didn't know where it was. Yeah, so something completely normal.
What a wholesome answer.
It's banal. Yeah, exactly. It's not funny at all. I could say something. How to decompose a fucking body, or I don't know, a BC, the newest BC rich that could like sting the guy beside you or something like that. But no, it's
Jesse had a good
simple
one
as
the other
that.
day.
Curtains. Where?
What was mine? I forgot.
How to hang a painting or portrait.
Oh yeah, no, I just showed how useful I am. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, if I don't got a stud, do I just need an anchor? I don't know. I just Google it. Just really show how useful I am. Ladies, I put it on my Tinder profile. What I Google, how to do things. It's like if you date me,
how to do.
You ain't getting a guy
things.
who's useful. Don't worry.
Oh no.
So good.
You can Google anything. How to fucking breathe, man.
Actually, I think I did that once. Breathing exercises. How do I become Wim Hof? I want to know.
Oh,
No.
oh shoot.
Question number 2. Would you rather know how or when you'll die? A little dark.
Oh shoot.
The tough one.
Oh, that's a hard. I would say how I died, because then I could. But it's funny to go and prepare yourself to die. I would say how, because then I could maybe prepare myself to do, and then maybe avoid dying actually. Because then I knew what I did wrong, and then I could do something to change it or something. Avoid things.
There's always that argument.
If you're getting driven over, just don't walk over a fucking road. Never do that in my life anymore. Like you have to go. You have to pass this road, and I'm like, nope. I know how to die. Nope. I'm not gonna pass this road.
See, the best analogy we got was like, if I found out I was gonna die from a bull in a china shop, I would never go to a China shop ever again.
No.
You know, like, or a fast food, like, you know, wherever it may be. But then it's like, it could be like that Final Destination kind of shit where it's going to get you some other way, somehow.
Yeah. Are you going to die by a bull in a China shop? Never go into a China shop. You're just walking in a field and a bull in a China shop falls out of the sky and hits you. It's like, who would have thought of that?
Who would have thought of that?
What happens if it's like two things with that, though, about finding out how you died? It's like, one, if it's embarrassing, like massive pencil accident, like you just fell, like jokered yourself into it, like, damn it. Or brain aneurysm, because how do you prepare for that? You're just like, fuck, I never even see it coming.
Like, fuck, it's now, like, and sitting there, and my eyes are like going, and like, oh no, it's coming, say goodbye,
damn it.
And then just pass out, damn it. Try to avoid it all the time.
That'd be awesome. It's fucking unbelievable.
The other argument we got was like, if you know when you'll die, if it's like, oh, in 20 years or 8 or something, it's like, fuck, I could almost do anything then because I know I won't die.
That's a dangerous man.
Yeah.
Or lady, either one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And if you just like knew you were like getting 100 years old or something like that, I would like, I don't want to live that long. I would be like a fucking piece of vegetable if I was getting that long. Just sitting there like
technology maybe will change it in I don't know how many years.
Maybe.
Get a Tesla to drive you around the countryside.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I could live forever. Or like sit in a surrogate body. Like the crank thing from Turtles or something like that.
You put your consciousness into a robot like Westworld.
Like the brain in the middle of all. Yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe. Don't spoil it. I haven't seen that. I've only seen 2 episodes.
All right. Zip. All right. Last question. Yeah. Have you seen the movie The Hangover?
Yes, it's a long time ago, but yes, I have.
Good thing
All
we
right.
asked then.
All right. So this question is: if the movie The Hangover was recasted using your band, it was using BAEST, which member would best match the character? So the characters were like, Phil, Stu, Alan, Doug, and Chow. So Phil was like Bradley Cooper. Stu was the guy who lost his tooth, the dentist. Alan was
yeah,
crazy
oh
one.
shit, that it's so long time ago. I can't even remember the characters from there. But the Bradley Cooper guy is the guy that has things sorted out, right?
Kind of,
Like,
yeah.
He's like kind of the leader guy,
Yeah.
not the leader guy, but like this. Yeah, he's got his things together. I believe it would be Sven, the guitarist. Yeah. And who's the goofy guy?
Alan.
Like the
I mean, Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah. I think that might be a mixture of me and the drummer Sebastian.
There's Sebastian again. Who would be the guy stuck on the roof? Doug. The friend they're trying to find the whole time. He gets stuck on the roof.
Yeah, that would probably be Lasse. He's the guy with the family and like sort of have a normal life. Moody, the bass player, is also, but I would say Lasse because he's like a family guy. He has got this normal life. We all have kind of normal lives, all in all. But when shit hits the van and we get, of course, we get super drunk together. We do all kinds of shit, but. We keep this. We mostly keep our shit together.
That's good to hear.
But I don't think we've experienced anything like what happens in the Hangover.
That's especially good.
Yeah, Vegas.
Why did you change members? We left him on a roof for about a day and a half. That was pretty bad.
Oh yeah,
we locked him out. Yeah, he left. He didn't want to be with us anymore.
No, exactly. Like, try it out and actually see how the band will start falling apart. Why did you do this to me?
Yeah, I just
we'd have to follow this. Yeah, we'd have to follow this rule about like the Hangover movie and like. Fuck you guys for doing that. You're not my friends anymore.
I will say I would just be upset because my skin would literally just melt off since I'm the whitest man in the world. Like I'd just be like,
so bad.
Even if it's just overcast, I would just burn. I'd be like, help me, please,
help me.
I definitely like take my underwear off and try to like float like a parachute down. Just like, is it gonna work? Get me off this thing. It's like naked man on the street. Like, oh no, fucking unbelievable.
And that concludes the random silly questions. So before we let you go, any updates, anything you want to mention? Actually, where's the best place to pick up the album? Where's the best place to support you guys?
The best way to support us is pay a visit to our online store, web store, store.baest.com, I think, and enjoy the beautiful setup and the design of the web page.
Oh, I saw you got rum on there.
Of ours from go buy a fucking rum. We have stores of rum. Go
really
buy
cool.
rum and we'll put put some signatures on. Yeah, it's actually quite good. It's made with quality. It's from Venezuela. We did another rum from El Salvador, which was like quality, really, really high quality, but it sold out. We only made like 100 of them.
And that ships to the US?
The Venezuelan, I think it ships everywhere. Yeah, internationally.
Okay. Damn.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, you guys just love rum. What made you decide to go with like creating your own signature rum and just shipping it out?
We just like a guy took contact to us. He's working at a winery store, and he's worked with the band Volbeat, which is also Danish as well, quite big thing as well internationally. Have made it, and he also did some rums for them. And he contacted us, and he just paid us a visit to taste a couple of rums, and he was like, "Oh, how about doing some business about this? And they were like, that would be so awesome.
That's awesome,
at that
dude.
time.
Yeah,
So we
really.
paid a visit when we were recording the album. He just paid a visit, and we made like a day or an evening out of it, a rum tasting day of it. So
Damn.
he's a cool guy. He knows his fucking rum. He knows his spirits.
It's funny too because you usually see beer. You see like Slayer has their own wine, like Motorhead. You really don't see rum, like a band having their own rum. So it's
Yeah.
kind of peculiar.
No.
That was like really awesome.
Yeah, the farthest I think in the
Yeah,
hard liquor I've
exactly.
seen people is whiskey. I never seen anything other than whiskey.
Motorhead.
Yeah, like I think Metallica
No.
too.
Yeah,
Like
Black
I've never seen. And I'm more of a hard liquor guy, and I love my vodka. And actually, I like rum
Hard.
probably the second most.
Mhm.
I love my rum, so I'm like, nice. I might buy a case or well, not a case. I'm not rich, all right. I might buy a few. All right, I don't want to make that
No.
promise on the video. All right.
No.
I'll be naked
I'll stick
on the
you to
next-
it, man.
I'll be naked on the next interview. It's like all my clothes are gone. All the rum took all my
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
I had to sell everything.
Made you do it.
I'll be wrapped.
Never
in that
do
flag.
business with a Dane. Never do business with a Dane.
Is there
Keep you
a-
up to it?
Is there another like item that you guys want to push out? Like Metallica has children books. I think Creator just had a jigsaw puzzle. What's another item that you want to put your name on, based on?
We're actually in, as we're talking right now, we're also trying to make like a turning book. I don't know, a blueprint for an actual book for the album. We made a book, like a short story book for the second album, Venom, because it was inspired by the Dante's Inferno, that whole going through hell kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we
That's
made our
awesome.
own. We have a friend, an author friend, who made this book as well and made an interpretation of it. So we're actually also working on doing a book for the Necro Sapiens album, and with the same guy. So also want to push that.
What
And of
about-
course, we released our third album yesterday, so purchase that, and it's
There
out
you go.
everywhere, and it's awesome.
Yeah, book's definitely better than my idea. I was going to say you want to make like your own glue called BAEST Paste. But I don't know. I thought it'd be cool. Based, no.
BAEST Paste.
BAEST Paste. You have your own glue.
Shoot.
It'd be a weird thing next to your Christmas ornament. But hey, if your Christmas ornament breaks, use BAEST Paste to put it back together. I don't know.
I'll just put you in a suit and a tie, man. You're
There we
running
go.
a business, man.
I print money. That's bad. No, I print money. I don't make it. I
I'll
only
put
print
my
it.
money on you, man.
What a fucking
Sick.
genius that kid is. Let me tell you.
Maybe BAEST pastry. How about pastry?
There you go.
Danish
BAEST.
Danish pastry. What about pastry?
There we go. Now this is not
I
even an
love it.
interview anymore. This is a business meeting. I like
Yeah.
it.
Other minds.
Yeah, it's a business meeting. How you want business? You know how are stocks going, man? Stocks.
Not gonna lie, the glue
Uh,
tanked. Pastry though is doing well. People like their
Tanked.
pastries.
Yeah.
We're doing good. We're doing.
Let's do that with it.
Dude, Simon,
I'm
this
in
was
with the concepts. If you do the numbers and the stonks,
the stuff. Yeah.
we in it, man.
It's
That's
awesome.
awesome, man. Well, thank you for doing this, dude. It was a pleasure chatting with you. Best of luck on the record. Remember,
pleasure
Necro
chatting with you.
Sapiens. It dropped. Pick it up, guys. Until next time, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, man. Be safe. Thank you.
You too, man. Be safe and yeah. See you on the other side. Take care of
See ya.
yourselves.
And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast right now. Your host, Chris. We got Jesse. What's up? He didn't leave.
What's up? How's it going? What do you mean he didn't leave? Because
Well, because we just interviewed Simon, so you're still here. You know,
I'm still here.
Simon left from BAEST.
I
But
also
Jesse's
left.
still
I was
here.
upset. I was upset that Simon left, so I left in solidarity.
Jesse's mind is still not with him, though. Anyway, Necro Sapiens, let's drop that. Century Media came out yesterday, but it's gonna be out for like a while, so we have that. Anyway,
When you say drop it, can you just have the album fly past the screen going down? Just phew, just not even like to see what it is, just a colorful. Just, we dropped that. Just salt bay it.
dropped. Have an explosion sound. I love those. Actually, when me and Aram do our theorizer segment on the radio, I have him go, he's like, hello, this is your host Chris and Rom, and then it just goes like all those gunfire and shit I put. Oh, it's so great, so epic. He's like, or when he was like, "We will talk WandaVision," it's like,
just be a lot,
Yeah.
and then also just like a lot of space. You know, you should do edit it just so just a lot of space of no talking. It just keeps going, and it just keeps simmering down until there's just like a pistol firing just by itself, and it just
or it ends.
and it reloads it in one more clip, and then it goes back and it's like, that was 10 minutes ago. Back into WandaVision. It's like, wow.
We lost our viewers already.
Yeah, it's like,
Listeners.
see, it sucks because those jokes are kind of funny, but like they're just so risky. They basically
The risky audience.
the
I get
joke
it.
that's not funny and then funny again because you do the joke so much is a very risky move. That is. So we interviewed Simon from BAEST.
Just give you that
Yeah.
awkward silence, boys.
Yeah, I love it. It's what my life is. Awkward silence. Just,
Yeah,
hello?
we just, we had some delay issues on this
Just like-
one.
Is this thing
Uh,
on? Is this thing on? Hello? Oh, wait, let me say it again.
Yeah, I mean, he called all the way in from Denmark, so there was a little bit of a delay. He was using his phone internet, to do the interview, so there's a little bit of a delay. Happens to all of us. I know it happens to me. So technology,
happen to me.
right? Well, glad we got to talk to him. We got to know about the band. Hope you guys like those new segments we have. Get to know the band. If you think there's a segment we should start asking, or if there's a question that you want us to ask bands, hit us up, DM us, email us, do whatever it is. Contact us.
Don't slide in my DMs.
Listen, Jesse, your DMs are nasty from your reaction channel.
Just a lot of bands want me to react to them. I gotta look through those sometime again. Just like, hey man, we promote a energetic response. I was like, you're not getting reacted to. Don't ever tell me how to, unless I read it wrong. But the way I read it, I was like, you tell me how to react to your band? You can get out of my face. I was just like, go to someone else.
They don't want negative reaction.
I know, but it was just like,
Have you ever went to do a reaction and you hated it and you're like, I'm not posting this?
Nah, I try not to. There was a few I really hated, and I did my best to say it in the nicest way possible. I will never listen to this music again. It was, I felt so bad. Like, I don't like to talk shit unless it's like between friends, and I like to shit like shit on like each other's.
You're a
interests and
friend of
shit.
Jesse's when he relentlessly just shits on you.
Yeah, no, you rather be
About
my
everything you like.
You really rather just know me because I'm such a nice person to you. If like the second I get a little bit comfortable with you, I'll start shitting on everything you know and love. And like this band, I was like, it's music, there's sound, there's people, it's a thing, and it won't go on my playlist.
Where can people
And,
find these reactions, Jesse?
not that one. So I just did Gojira. That was an awesome song. Go check that out on my page,
Shout out to them.
youtube.com/c/insid1. Yeah, no, I thought it was awesome. I tried some new things on that video. I tried I guess you call them jump cuts, but I just cut a bunch of the bullshit. Because I do like, if you watch the podcast or listen to it, I like to meander. And sometimes it doesn't lead anywhere. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cut right to the chase. So I tried the jump cuts at the beginning to like cut everything down. I think it came out good. So let me know. I tried a new setup. I record my vocals through Reaper to try to like EQ it and make it sound better with the music. So tried a few cool things, so let me know if you like the changes, and I'm going to keep trying to change it. And yeah, keep uploading, keep doing the thing.
Hell yeah, man. Gojira.
Give me money. I'll put my Venmo there. Give me money. That's all. It's a scheme to get Venmo money. That's all.
No, I'm really looking forward to that Gojira album. I mean, I guess we'll ask your opinion, or do you want people to watch your reaction?
Yeah, no, it's you could ask. Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I thought Another World was cool. I like this one just because like there was a comment that was like, I thought Mario carried it. I disagree, because I never listened to Gojira for their crazy technical guitars. Like I listened to Gojira exactly for what that song had, which was like very atmospheric, heavy tunes. Just like when it was kicking in, Mario did what Mario does. Everyone did what they did. and they just did it at a higher level of production, and just they did what they did, and it sounded dope. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't too. The thing that was a little different that I liked a lot was the intro, and the intro faked me out because it came in a little bit faster with that little snare roll. I thought it was going to come in with like the snare on 3. It came in on like 2 and 4, and it came in a lot faster. And then they saved it when they went back to the little snare build up again, the little weird build up they did. And then it came in with the snare on 3, like almost like a half breakdown. And I appreciate that. I appreciate little decisions like that keep the song interesting and keep me guessing. And I didn't really fully know what was going to happen throughout the song. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm probably going to react to the whole album. I thought maybe because I did that for Dance Gavin Dance. So I'll probably do that for Gojira.
42 guys drops in April.
Yeah.
Check it out. And I heard that this album is I think Joe was talking about how this album kind of is like a combination of Magma and the Infant Sausage, which is L'Avant Sauvage, but I call it the Infant Sausage.
I was about to say, what the fuck are you talking about?
Or Elephant Sausage is another one people call it too. But
yeah.
Those are the 2 albums it compares to. And with this new single, I definitely hear that. It's really cool. Actually made me go back to the Gift of Guilt. I know that's not a direct comparison, but it just gave me those vibes. And then I went back to the older stuff.
I think the song could. I still like Only Pain as an opener live, but this could be an opener or a mid set song.
Yeah,
like when they come back from like tuning their guitars and they have like the snare kind of rolling, and then they have everyone walk out slowly. I could definitely see this song being a good mid set or beginning of a set song. I don't know if it's going to overtake Only Pain though. Only Pain's not the greatest song, but I think live it is one of the best intro songs of all time.
Any Magma song played live is better than the album. That's just
opinion. That. But I specifically Only Pain, like I listened back to it and it's cool, but man, when put into an opening context, it's just like such a fan. It's an unreal. I can't imagine another song like opening where it's like the only thing I could see maybe Flying Whales, but it'd be a bummer to have Flying Whales just be over already.
Yeah,
because I saw that live once where they did Flying Whales as the intro.
It kind of sucks when they cut out the intro part for Flying Whales and they just go straight to the they just because there's that whole build up that kind of makes you. It's like you're anticipating. You're like, oh shit, here it comes.
Oh yeah,
all right,
and then once you go stomp in the pit.
Yeah, like you're just ready for it. But enough Gojira, guys. Thank you for listening. Remember, my radio show is on Tuesdays, 7 to 10. You can catch it on WMSC 90.3 FM. You find it all there. Me and my boy Rom. We talk WandaVision. We talk TV shows. I actually have bands on there as well. Like I talked to Wolf Hoffman from Accept. Talked to George Lynch. I talked to Between the Bear and Me, Dora Pesh. I talked to a lot of bands. They're not as long as these. We don't really get that in depth, but it's still fun. It usually runs anywhere from 10 to 20-minute interviews. And then I play you a bunch of new tunes. So if you want to hear what I'm listening to, recommendations, hot stuff, you can hear it there. Basically, every band I have on this podcast, I play on the show. So if you like the bands I've been having, you're going to like the show as well. So remember, that's 7 to 10 on Tuesdays. You can tune in with iHeartRadio or wherever it may be. And we also have the podcast on all streaming platforms as well, which you can find on iHeartRadio as well. Turn on those notifications, ring the bells, smash like buttons, follow us wherever it may be, and comment as well. Let us know who you want on and what you like.
Absolutely. Yeah, do all that stuff. You use YouTube, you use social media. If you like us, do something about it. Do it. Hit the bell. And then also something I feel like we owe it, very much so. I know it's a hard ass to watch an hour-long plus video of us. We are all, like he said, remember, we are on Google. We are on Spotify. We're on all those things. I try to, I figured out on my YouTube videos, like how to put these clips and stuff onto my YouTube videos. But yeah, like I what do you call it? I put the links to Spotify and stuff because just to let you know, I used to, when I actually went to work, I used to listen to long hour-long podcasts. So remember, check your podcast apps. Very much so. We're there.
Yeah.
You don't have to look at our fucking goofy ass faces for an hour. You can listen to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same audio, so you're not missing anything. Just the video has a little more, like I put the album art and stuff.
It's fantastic editing. So there is that. But just in case you don't want to sit, because I know my mind wanders. We're everywhere.
Yeah. All right, guys. Until next time, keep it real.